Hi, my name is James, and I sell life-changing sparkle magic. Alright, not really, but I do know a way that you can completely be yourself, blog about what you love online, and tell others and actually make a decent enough income to not have to go to a crappy wage slave labor job every day. Isn't that what most of our lives are about? But before I tell you that, here, wait, hold on. It is so bright out here. I can't even see. This hat's not even helping. Oh, okay, there we go. So, a couple years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I was in a completely different spot than I am now. I was really down on my luck. I wasn't working full-time. I was working part-time at a little car wash detail place in Las Vegas. I was barely pulling in, even with tips, about $600, $700 a month, if you can imagine living on that. And my rent was $400. I had lost the car that I had been borrowing actually for a while to get around town. And I was riding a bicycle, which I still love to do. But at the time, I was doing whatever I had to do to survive, and I was always thinking that everything, you know, had kind of happened to me. It was out of my control, you know. I couldn't go get any other job. I couldn't do this, couldn't do that. And part of that was also because I so wanted to escape the life I had that I actually ended up just, even on making that low of wages, I ended up going out almost every weekend. Ended up partying, you know, when I say partying, I ended up doing drugs, drinking a lot, you know, things like that, which a lot of people get in that cycle because they just want to escape the life that they have. And I know for me, it really represented just a low point in my life, at least one of the low points. I've had a couple in my life, but this particular one, I really, sometimes day to day, depending on how much tips I got, I had to literally split out the money I had. You know, maybe I got $10 in tips, and I had to decide, okay, what exactly was I gonna eat that day? I could spend $1 for lunch on a dollar menu, maybe $2. I could go and buy the little tiny bit of groceries I needed for dinner that night at the store down the road because I could walk there. You know, things like that. And what I've realized since then was that my thinking at that time wasn't getting me anywhere. My best thinking was just keeping me on that same cycle until I started to snap out of it and get into present moment thinking. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, is living in the present moment, living in the now. And we hear those buzzwords all the time online. We hear people talking about living now, be present, and everything. But how present are you? I mean, really. And when I say that, I don't just mean how present are you in like, oh, I'm enjoying this day right now. That's one form of being present. I also mean, how present are you in other people's lives, in your friends' lives, in your family's lives? You know, who can you be very present with? For instance, when you talk to someone, do you just, you know, pay attention to your phone when your phone goes off? Are you thinking about something else while they're talking? I know I've been guilty of that. Or are you literally looking at them, listening to them, being present, living in the now? So that's the second form of living in the now, at least the ones I've noticed. The third form of living in the now is taking action on anything you want to do. Because I know my best thinking used to just get me in a situation where I wanted to take action, but my action was, well, I gotta go to the store and I gotta get my food for the night, and then I'll wander around and put my headphones on, and then, you know, I'll think about what I'm gonna do, and then the weekend would get there and I'd be like, a friend would invite me out or something, and I'd go out and I'd be like, well, maybe I can spend a little extra money from this paycheck on a pill or something, and I could just eat that pill and then feel good for, you know, 3, 4, 5 hours, 8 hours. But then, you know, of course, I would regret that for the next 2 or 3 days. And, you know, some of you out there know what I'm talking about. Some of you might not. But yeah, you know, I'm just being honest. Isn't it nice to be honest? I mean, how many people on the internet do you know that are really honest? And so I know what I needed, really. I know now what I needed is to absolutely just take action on everything I could do in life, you know, and that means now. That means when you think of an idea, when you need to change your life, you actually should go ahead and absolutely take action on that idea. Don't be afraid of it. And I don't care what that is. That could be changing your life in business, could be becoming self-employed, but it also could be something along the lines of even changing a relationship you have, or changing the direction you're even going in the city or town you live in. You know, it might even be getting a new job if you just want to go get a new job because you've been stuck at the same old one. You know, and I don't think there's anything really wrong with that. Because the faster we take action in the now, in exactly what we're doing now, the faster things get done. And believe it or not, the faster the universe will bend to your will. Like I said, sparkle magic. So what I really am trying to get across here is my life completely changed when not only did I make a plan for the future, because we all know if we want to get anywhere, we have to have some sort of plan. You can't just sit around and pretend like it's going to happen for you, even though that's nice. And there is a difference between sitting around and daydreaming and imagining and then just waiting for it, or actually doing it. Because, you know, we create a thought, and then we create an intention behind that thought, which creates movement in our mind and maybe our body, and then we take action to achieve that goal. That's how we create things out of thin air. And you can do that with anything. I'm convinced you can do that with anything. So something that I did was just start writing down goals. My first goal back a couple years ago was to get out of Las Vegas. I needed to get out. It just was a town that easily can suck people in. I like some of it. I have like a nostalgia and I miss it, but in a lot of ways I don't really want to be there anymore. I don't want to, you know, be in those same cycles, which is fine. And maybe you're not quite the same as me, but some of you out there, you know, as you're listening to this, and as you're listening to the sound of my voice and me talking about this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it doesn't even have to be about partying or drugs. It can just be about being in a situation you have not wanted to stay in for a long time, and you just need to change it. But what's the difference between the change that you decide to make, and not doing it? I mean, for instance, in other words, what is the difference between thinking forever that you want to change and having the actual change itself? The biggest difference is taking action. Action. That's all you have to do. If you want to change and your brain brings this up in you and says, I can't take this anymore, you need to step forward and do it now. Now, what stops us from doing that now? I know what stopped me, and that was fear. And that could be fear of a lot of things. Fear of rejection. It could be if you're in a bad family situation or a relationship situation, it could be fear of family members, fear of significant others. I hope that's not your situation, but make a decision to get out of it. And it also, for me, it was just fear of failing again. This fear of maybe succeeding more than I thought. You know, some of us have a fear of success, actually. I had to realize a while back to change my view on money and what I think of people with money. Because, you know, money will make bad people evil, but good people angels. Believe that. So I just wanted to get across to you that I've been where you've been. I may have been lower than you were, and some of you may have been lower than where I was. You know, I was fortunate that at the time that I was making so little money that I even had a job, and that I even had a place to live. I'm thankful for that all the time, even to this day, because I saw so many people down in Las Vegas that were, well, let's just put it this way, way worse on their luck than I was. And you know, I say luck because that's how I used to refer to it, but I don't say that anymore. Nothing is really a matter of luck. It's really a matter of the actions you take, and then the individuals that end up running into you that influence your life. So is that really luck? Or was that yourself, your internal self, your subconscious, taking action on an idea which ended up leading you to a place that looked like luck? So let's flip that around, and then you can say, so when you're down on your luck, what does that mean? That means you're not taking action to set momentum in place, to have the people, the places, and the things come into your life that look like luck. Tricky, huh? Sparkle magic. Anyway, okay, so that's all I really wanted to say, and I did promise at the beginning of this video that I would tell you exactly how you can blog and live a life of your dreams, and just basically not have to go to work at the same basic job that you always have had to do all the time. And I do that through the Empower Network. Now, some of you online that are in my group on Facebook, you already know this. Some of you outside of that know this as well. But if you haven't heard of it, listen. I'm going to tell you right now. Here, I'm going to take these off because I really want to look at you when I say this. If you really want to free yourself financially, and I would say this is the bigger end of it, if you want to work with a group of people, a movement that is literally creating change in this world, freeing people, and also making people discover who they really are and become leaders in order to actually change the system from within. And when I say system, I mean the entire world. And why do I believe that? Because I went to Chicago a couple weekends ago and I met these people. I was with 5,000 of these people. I didn't meet all 5,000, of course, but I met many of the main leaders. I met so many people from all different walks of life, from America, both East and West Coast, Midwest. I met people from Portugal, Brazil, the Netherlands. And I mean, not only were they all able to make money through a system that, you know, helps them grow, but these people are aimed, this movement is aimed at changing things, like really changing things. So when you are feeling down and you're seeing all this negative bullshit on the internet, and you're seeing everything look negative, and like nothing can be helped, and there's people wanting to fight wars over resources and not help poor people, there is people out there, and there's some massive change going on, a shift in consciousness. And all I know is when I went to that conference, I had a shift. I had a major shift in consciousness. I had a major shift in my perception and my thinking of my self-worth and my purpose. I now know my purpose. I now know my purpose. And I'll tell you that sometime soon. Anyway, this is James Hurley. I hope you have a beautiful day and decide to change your life soon. I know it's what I needed to do, and I'm forever grateful. So it's really simple. It's $25 to start your blog. That's it. I mean, come on. Come on. 25 bucks. It's a 20 and a 5. What are you gonna lose, right? Seriously. And I'm a real person. Obviously, as you've seen this video, I will talk to you on the phone, in person, and when you come to an Empower Network event, I will meet you there. I also plan on traveling to different places in the world, as you've seen maybe in some of my other videos, and you can come with me whenever you'd like. But it's up to you. You choose your level of involvement. I can't hold your hand, and I can't pat you on the butt and just be like, it's okay, I'll support you. No. But what I will do is I, along with the prosperity team at Empower Network, will walk beside you. We'll give you the tools you need to succeed, an exact game plan, and all you have to do is follow the rules and be yourself and find your fire inside to change things, change your life, help change other people's lives. So click the link below, join my email list, or there's a join link below. Pull out your credit card, spend 25 bucks. I'll be giving you a call, and we will make a plan to completely change the game. All right, peace out.